You're the one who needs help, right? Excuse me, you're Klein, right? I am. If you're asking, you must be Rain. Yep, Rain Swords of Class 7 at your service. I read you wanted me filling at your tutoring job. Yes, that's right. Something urgent's come up, so I won't be able to make it today. That's why I took this straight to the student council. If you don't mind me prying, may I ask why what's so urgent? Of course. The truth is my family got in contact with me last night telling me my mom collapsed when she was out working. That's all I know, but I've got tickets on the train out to the country this afternoon. I'd do the same if I were you. The house you'll be tutoring at's a straight shot south of these dorms. It's by the riverside, can't miss it. Pupil's a boy named Emil, so you'll be speaking to his mother, Melissa. In terms of what and how you teach him, I'll leave that up to you. And honestly, if you want to back out, that's fine too. I've already told Melissa that you're not necessarily locked in, so she'll understand if you can't make it. Thanks for giving me the out at least. Oh right, I should probably have asked at the beginning, but are you sure you want me doing this? I've never tutored anyone before. Well, you're a student here, so you've got the knowledge to do it, at least. Ever help other people study before? I've helped my younger sister with things she didn't understand at Sunday school. There you have it. Emil's got all the books he needs already, so all you need to do is go through the materials together. Today's topic should be orbital science, by the way. You might want to brush up at the library if you're not too confident in that area. Thank you for the information. Well, I still got to pack, so I'm heading to my room now. Other questions before I go? I should be fine with what you told me. This is a real weight off my shoulders. Good luck. Okay, time to fuck up this kid's life. Orbital sciences. Well, the orbital sciences started when, Playboy started issuing magazines in 1990-something. Not 1990. I do hope nothing serious happened to his mom. So, today's topic is orbital science, huh? You probably had the right idea about going to the library. Probably worth brushing up on my knowledge of the Rhineford Company, too. Once I've done that, I'll find that house. Oh, I actually have to go study. I mean, I suppose I did get that question wrong, which means I probably have no idea what I'm talking about, which means I actually do have nothing, I quite literally have no idea what I'm talking about, so that's probably for the best that I go to the library instead. But do I have to? There's the question. Oh, it's probably that house, just below the lower class dorms. The Orbital Revolution was a technological revolution that was brought about 50 years ago by the invention of orbments. The public was initially skeptical of this technological leap, but the invention of the telephone by the Epstein Foundation and CCF's orbital airships quickly proved orbments' practical value. Orbments have since become an essential part of daily lives. Orbital technology powers everything from essentials like heating and lighting, to transport vehicles, to even modern weaponry. What's more, advancements in technology have decreased the size of orbital engines, leading to the development of more capable and affordable consumer-level automobiles by the Verne and Rhineford companies. Orbment. Orbment is a general term for devices that operate by drawing orbital energies from septium. The technology was invented by Professor C. Epstein. The internal structure of the orbment allows it to interact with quartz, which is in turn manufactured by septium. From septium. Design allows for the manufacture of orbments with nearly limitless potential. Between flexibility and the ability to recover their internal energy over time, orbments are significantly more efficient than combustion engines. A quartz is a circuit with a crystalline structure made by refining and processing septium fragments known as sepith. While quartz are both an energy source and capable of producing a variety of phenomena, without the use of an orbment they are completely powerless. Okay. Orbital arts are a kind of magic which can be activated by inserting quartz into a battle orbment, a combat-ready orbment developed by the Epstein Foundation. These arts, as they are commonly known, are widely used by armies, police forces, and bracers across the continent for their ease of use. Sufficient training can give anyone access to their power. The Orbital Network Project is an effort by the Epstein Foundation to develop a network in which vast quantities of information can be exchanged between computers using a series of orbital cables, so basically the internet. While initially a joint effort between the Epstein Foundation and Libero's CCF, the IBC is currently bankrolling the project. As a result, the network is currently being tested in Crossbell City. Epstein Foundation. The Epstein Foundation is an organization dedicated to continuing the work of Professor C. Epstein. It researches and manufactures orbments, specializing in information processing and communication. The Epstein Foundation is also the sole manufacturer of battle orbments, which allows their users to access their arts. Their recent Orbital Network project also promises to be the future of orbital communications. Because we all know the internet's a really good idea. Oh, said something about researching the Rhineford Company. The Rhineford Company was initially a gunpowder-based weapon manufacturer based out of the Erebonian Empire and known for its cannons and heavy firearms. Since the Orbital Revolution, however, it has expanded its operation to include railways and airships. The expansion has made it one of the continent's two largest companies, rivaled only by Calvert's Verne Company. Okay, what's the Verne Company? Verne Company is a massive company headquartered in the Calvert Republic. Like its industrial rival, the Rhineford Company, the Verne Company was a storage arm manufacturer that expanded to orbital research and development after the Revolution. Particularly worth noting are the company's innovative approaches to the development of orbital vehicles such as orbital cars and buses. Okay. Okay, I think that about covers it. If that's particularly long, then I'll make just like a bonus episode out of it instead of shoving that all into one episode. I assume this house from before is the place I need to go. There you are, Melissa, I take it. Excuse me, I was sent here by a second-year student called Klein. Oh, you must be the one filling in for him. How thoughtful of him to find a replacement. Are you free to tutor Emil now? Okay, let's do it. Yeah, of course. Oh, thank you. I'll take you to his room then. Well, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Rein Schwarzer. I'm a first year and a member of Class 7. Nice to meet you. Likewise. So, what do you say we get started? We'll be going over orbital science today, correct? That's right, I've already got my textbooks ready. Oh god, I hope I remember things from me just reading it. Oh, will I get more AP points from answering questions correctly? Page 40, huh? So we'll be focusing more on the historical side of things, which is basically all the library had. Indeed, for the record, Klein and I covered up to the beginnings of the Orbital Revolution last time, which the library had nothing on. It really deserves to be called a revolution for changing everyone's lives so much and so quickly. I'm sure you know the answer, but let me ask to refresh myself. How long ago... Oh, god, numbers. How long ago did the Orbital Revolution take place? Oh god, I have no idea. I read it, but I have... I feel as though there was a 5 somewhere. Starting with an easy one, I see. Started about 50 years ago. You make it sound like it's common knowledge. I should have expected you to be smart since you are a Thor student. Oh, thank you for that, compliment? I wouldn't go that far. To follow up, do you know who invented ordnance? Oh, Epstein. That would be Professor C. Epstein. Speaking of which, it was in the year 1155, just a year after his death, the Epstein Foundation was formed by his skilled disciples. Oh wow, I didn't expect to hear all that. You really are amazing. That's not true. The way I explain things probably made them even harder to understand. Either way, I think today's plan is to go over these topics as a refresher first, and after that we'll try to cover everything up to the year 1170 of the Septian calendar. Sounds good to me. So if I just answered those wrongs, would I have been kicked out you don't know what you're talking about? Why are you even here? And that's about it. Did you manage to get all that? Yes, I should be good to go. I have to admit, I'm surprised. It's hard to believe that the company's massive Rhineford used to be just a single factory. It really is. The Orbital Revolution brought about big changes just about everywhere. But it's safe to say that the Rhineford factory's transformation into such a huge corporation, one of the biggest ones. It certainly ended up having a major impact on Zemuria, so I'd have to agree. So many names that just mean nothing to me. Speaking of which, I wanted to ask, what was it that the Rhineford company specialized in making? This book doesn't really mention that. Well, weapons, right? They specialize in making weapons, and then they expanded into, airships and cars? The factory's been around for a long time. I even heard it was around back in the Middle Ages. That's fascinating. Thanks for letting me know. I'm impressed at just how knowledgeable you are. I'm just doing my job. Seems like today's session is over. Are you okay with leaving off here for the day? This is a good stopping point, so yes, it was a pleasure to have you as a tutor today. Thank you for covering Klein. Emil seems to have learned a lot today. He's a great teacher. He's so amazing. He just happened to guess one of them right and got the other two right based on vague memories of what he was reading earlier. In fact, I even put him on the same level as Klein. I'm honored. I'm glad to see he's happy. Well, I'll give you something. Oh, thank you. This was worth it. Thank you. Wait, Mira, I can't just take this. Why not? You're a tutor. You're being paid for a job. Isn't that how jobs work? People normally get paid for their work. Well, I guess. It didn't really feel like work to me. I guess it'd be rude to refuse it, though. Well, if you insist, thank you very much. You're welcome. I'm very grateful you filled in for Klein. Substitute tutor completed. Given this is a Japanese game, I'm gonna assume that Mira is more equivalent of yen. So that's like 20 bucks. It's not even much. Welcome. Feel free to browse at your leisure. Pardon me, but you sent a request to the student council, didn't you? I certainly did, but I'm guessing this means you're taking care of it. Wonderful. Yep, you said you needed help with delivering some books to the Academy's instructors. Correct? I usually handle it myself, so I'm sorry to put that work on you today. If you don't mind me asking, is there some reason you need someone else to do this? Shamefully, yes, I lost the order sheet I received from the Academy, so I'm not sure who I should deliver each book to. So you're just passing off the guessing game to some student? That's when I decided it's best to ask one of your students instead. You're familiar with your instructors than I am, so you might be able to deduce who ordered what. So that's why I put the request in with the student council. Exactly. I actually hired a part-timer who's a student at Thor's. I had planned asking her first, but she's working somewhere else today. So the student council was my only recourse. Huh, well, now it all makes sense. So you're free at the moment. I'd like to get them delivered as soon as possible. Yep, I can go do that. Sure, I'll take these off your hands. Great, here you go. You have 5 books to deliver. Though they make for a heavy load, so be careful carrying them. War of the Lions, Modern Art, Topical Science, Analyzing Macroeconomics, Empire's Hottest Spots. That's totally for Sarah, isn't it? Ooh, you weren't kidding about the wait. Did anyone order multiple books? Don't worry, just one per person. So 5 deliveries, 5 people, 5 books. Seems simple enough. So they're all different enough that I should be able to figure out which instructor ordered each one. So I'll get started right away. I'm sure you'll do a great job. Great. Hey. Hey, you're here. Oh, hello, Rena. I see you're working hard as always. Hey there, Emma. You know, I see you in the library pretty often. What is it that brings you here? Well, today, I'm searching for some study materials. I'm hoping to find something that'll help Fee with our classwork. So that's it. Have you come across anything good yet? Not quite. I've been struggling to find something that would make it easy for her to understand. But on my honors class present, I'm going to keep looking until I find something. I do owe her one after she cheered me up yesterday. Maybe I can help her out. Oh, sure. I need to bond with. She's like the nicest person in this game. She's like so ridiculously nice that yeah, I gotta do this at least once. How about I help you out then? Are you sure? Well, thank you so much for offering. Okay, to get started, would you mind searching over there? Got it. Unsurprisingly, most of the books here are targeted at people with a high level of education. Fee isn't quite there though, so I need something a bit simpler for her. It's really considerate of you to use so much of your free time to help her. But isn't this cutting into your own studies? It's not a big deal really. I got into the academy on a scholarship, so I want to return the favor by doing all I can to help the other students out. Class 7 is an especially small class too, so helping each other just seems like the natural thing to do. That kind of thinking is why you're our class president. You don't need to flatter me. Oh, it's not flattery, it's honesty and maybe a little bit of something else. For what it's worth, Fee's been paying a lot more attention in class since you two started studying together too. I've noticed that too. It's nice to see. Hopefully I can teach her how to get excited about learning new things before our midterms start. Well, maybe well before, so she actually has time to learn those things. That would definitely be a big step for her. Hearing that makes me really want to find her the right book. You and me both. Oh, and what about the book over there? That might work. This one? Oh, Reen and Emma's hands brushed against one another as they reached for the book. Oh, oops, sorry about that. Likewise. Unless they manage to find some useful study material for fee. Your bond with Emma strengthened because you went all hand-touchy with her. That was weird. All that reading swords are from Instructor Valentine's class. What brings you to me? May I have a minute of your time? I'm pretty sure he teaches the political and economics classes. That should mean. Do you know this book by any chance? Rain showed Vice Principal Heinrich the copy of Analyzing Macroeconomics. That just happens. That's the very book I ordered from the bookstore, but why do you have it? Wait, don't tell me Valentine's corrupted you into her into a petty thief. You're both stealing Academy's deliveries, aren't you? Hold on, let me explain. Explained. I see. Allow me to apologize for doubting you so readily, and so vehemently. But that raises another question. Your father is a baron, is he not? Then why, pray tell, would someone of such worthy blood perform such menial tasks? What exactly are you asking me? I do not mean to deny the work ethic or the importance of the student council, but nobles have their roles, and commoners have theirs. I'd just like for you to keep that in mind. I see. What's more, you could very well have a bright future. Try not to let Instructor Valentine's influence stain it too much. That is all. You may take your leave. Thank you for your time. You must be gunning for the title of Thor's most punchable faculty member. We already have the most punchable student. Might as well have the most punchable faculty member, too. You order something? Oh, no. Hey there, instructor? No, you. Why, hello there. Do you have a question for me? I do. Do you have a moment? Instructor Mary teaches both the arts and home ec, so this should be hers. You ordered this book recently. Showed copy of modern art. Ah, yes, I did. But there's a reason you have it. Yep, a funny story. I'll explain, and I explain. I see. That's very diligent of you. Not at all. It's just me doing what I was asked. So come on now. No need to be so humble. I shouldn't have said this earlier, but thank you for going out of your way to... I should have said this earlier, but thank you for going out of your way to bring this directly to me. I'm sure this book will increase the quality of the lessons dramatically, so you've made my students very happy. That's very flattering. Okay. Hello, teacher. Hello. Oh, there's a teacher on the roof. Ah, Reen, right? What do you need? Just a moment of your time, if you can spare it. I'm instructor teaching natural science and normal energy engineering, so this is probably his. You buy this from the bookstore. Reen's is shows topical science. So I got subscription to the magazine through the bookstore. What are you doing with it? Explains, and then explains the situation. Oh, that'll do, thanks. Between schoolwork and doing favors to student council, you must be one busy guy. I won't deny that. Changing subject for a minute, mind if I ask you what you're doing up here? Evading all my teacherly responsibilities, couldn't you tell? Right. How silly of me. There are some things you just shouldn't say in front of your hardworking students. It's cool, though. I'm doing just enough work to keep me from being fired. You should try it sometime. No offense, but I think you work too hard. Today's your free day. You should use it to relax a bit. All that work will catch up to you if you don't. That's a good point. Whoa, I wouldn't have expected that out of him. I guess he does care about his students in his own way. Anyway, thanks for bringing me my magazine. Catch you later. Right, thank you for your time. Yep. Yeah, that's very true. If anyone's ever worked, or ever had like a severe workload in their life, from school to anything else, like educational too, you quickly learn, well, hopefully you quickly learn that it's incredibly important that you go out of your way to make sure you have time for yourself. You have time to actually just enjoy life. Like doing this. This is fun. I make sure I have time for this. This is a hobby. It's fun. It lets me relax, usually. Sometimes, in a sense. I mean, when I'm not being like... it helps me relax, usually. Let's just say that. But if you don't make time for yourself, then... and your work's all just about... and your life's just all about work, then... life just... you'll hate yourself. And most people I know that from experience, so... It's a lesson you want to learn, and you want to learn that relatively quickly, so you can balance your life and enjoy it, while also getting things done well. I thought there might be one here. If it isn't Reen, how may I help you today? If you're here to talk history, I'm sure I can set aside a few hours of my day for an engaging little chat. Not today, thanks. He's in charge of history, literature. It's hard to tell why he was picked for the former, though. It's not hard to tell. I'm just here to ask you whether you ordered this book from the bookstore recently. Show the instructor, Thomas, Behind the War of the Lions. Oh, so you have my book. Why do you have that? I'll explain. It explains. I see it all makes sense now. Thank you for going out of your way to handle trouble. By the way, this book provides an in-depth look at several of the mysteries surrounding the War of the Lions, though I suppose you probably figured out that much from the title. I intended to covering these mysteries in class, too, but I would be more than happy to lend it to you if the premise catches your interest. I'll let you know if I ever find the time. I'm a very busy person, doing all this. Maybe that's why Reen does all this, to have an excuse to not do things when people like that talk to him. Okay, come here, you drunk. I know you ordered that last one. What's up, lad? Glad to see you. Hard at work as ever. I feel as though I'm wasting my breath pointing this out, but you do realize it's the middle of the day, don't you? You got a problem with me spending the afternoon drinking? This is my room, this is my beer. I'm not seeing the problem. Looks like she's completely gone. I get the feeling that that one odd magazine in the pile is probably hers. You wouldn't happen to know what this is, would you? The Empire's Hottest Spots. Hey, that's the magazine I used the Academy's money to buy. Didn't think you read it, too. Let's not jump to conclusions now. Looks like I was right on the mark. The truth is, I explained it again. Thanks. That explains it. Sounds like your work for the student council is varied, if nothing else. Might as well have a little look at it now. Flip, flip. She might be the most carefree person I've ever met. That's a magazine for people looking to tour the Empire, isn't it? Seems like something you should be buying with your own money, not the Academy's. Then again, she might be smart enough that she's researching the different places she's sending them on field studies. Yes, I called it. It's for your field studies. What? I'm reading this so I can research potential field study locations. Yet here you are assuming I'm using it to plan a sneaky little holiday for myself. That's pretty rude, you know. I see. That certainly does sound plausible. She might not seem like it sometimes, but it does seem as though she's always looking out for us. Oh, the booze here looks pretty good. First it tells me about Celtic's beard, now this. Gotta appreciate a magazine that covers an adult's needs. Yes, it is for field studies, but she's picking them based on the beer. I take it all back. The only person she's thinking about here is herself. Right, that's all 5 of them delivered. Let's head back and report to Keen's. But at the same time, I can go bond with you. I sort of want to see what your drunkenness seems like. Sure, Orbital Science can explain a lot, but can it explain why beer tastes so good in the afternoon? Woohoo! I love free days. This might be a good chance to ask her about some things I normally couldn't, though. Yes, I need answers. Hey, don't just stand there like you've got nothing to do. You're a student, so come sit here and keep me company. I don't see how that has any relation to me being a student. What did you do to your previous students? Is that why they're all so fucked up? Oh well, I guess this is as good a chance as any. I'll go get myself something to drink, not a beer. Oh, be a dear and get me something to snack on while you're out of, wouldn't you? Fine. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should get a beer. It would put me on her level. Looks like you've been working pretty hard for the student council. That's what I like to see, building up experience and making memories exactly what youth's all about. I don't want to hear it. Not from the person that pushed me into it in the first place, anyway. Especially since I've had a lot on my mind lately regardless. So this is about Machias, huh? Was it that obvious? Well, you don't exactly have a poker face. Have you figured out a way to make up with him yet? I wish. Have I been completely honest with him to begin with, none of this would have happened, so it's all my fault, but I remember when I had such simple, youthful worries. That's one way to brush me off. Well, the way I see it, your best bet would just keep focusing on helping the student council out for the day. Helping other people out with their worries helps you develop as a person and figure out how to take care of your own. Really? Of course! You need to take each and every request seriously and not just see them as boxes on a checklist. Too late. Way too late. Listen carefully to what a client says, and figuring out what they really want is from that is a key part of the job. After all, people tend not to say what's really on their mind. You have to listen for it. Hey, what's that? What's with that look? I'm just surprised you gave me such a helpful, on-point reply. Can I ask what you did before you became an instructor? Well, let's just put it this way. I've got a lot of experience drinking. More than enough to give you young'uns helpful advice whenever you need it. That would be a bit more credible when you weren't completely drunk. Lucid enough to dodge a question, though. Either way, I'm your homeroom teacher. I'll always help you out if you really need me. From now on, just focus on what you've got to do. I suppose you're right. It's not every day she gives good advice. I might as well take it while I can and focus on helping out the student council. Sarah took a swig of beer sitting on the table. That's the stuff. I can take your advice, right? I won't end up like her. Your bond with instructor Sarah strengthens. Oh, I don't have a level? God damn.